How do I work with uncomfortable feelings, heavy emotions, intense feelings or senses of contraction, things that I just want to drop, things that I just want to let go of, things that make me feel tight and wanting to escape? How do I deal with that heaviness? How do I move with that tightness? There are many ways, but the approach that I've found helpful for me is to first notice the character in the story that's fueling the feelings. Typically, I'm a victim or a perpetrator, and from that character, feelings arise: guilt, shame, resentment, envy, anger. So the first move for me is to just engage with this character, to see that it doesn't have any ground, that it doesn't have a foundation, that it's in a sense empty, it's fictional. This helps to soften the grip of these stories, the concreteness of the stories. And in that sense, I can turn and face the feeling more directly in its raw form, as opposed to departing in all these different ways. So in letting go of the stories, I can face the feeling. I can come into contact with it. I can be more intimately with it. And in a sense, I can step towards it. But I'm not really stepping towards the feeling. I'm just removing all the things that are standing in the way of me being there with it in its raw, real form. Not my descriptions of it or my conceptualizations of what it is or where it came from or how it works or my role in creating it, but just to be there with it. And then its nature reveals itself, not as contraction, not as something heavy or uncomfortable, but just raw sensation, tingling, pulsating, vibrating, energy. But even that's saying too much. There's the feeling of it as it is. And to do this, to come into more intimate contact with the feeling, I ask myself questions like, does the feeling or the sensation have an age? Does it have a race? Does it have a gender? The point isn't to answer these. These questions are directives. They direct me back to really just paying full attention to the feeling itself in its essential form, as if I was a newborn child engaging with a raw sensation for the first time, void of all the concepts, void of all the narratives and beliefs and expectations that have been superimposed on that feeling. Coming into close contact. There is no heaviness, there is no discomfort. There is just the feeling itself. And if I take a step closer and ask myself, what is this raw sensation? What is its nature? I see the sensation is just the activity of sensing. That the sensation, the raw, pulsating, vibrating, tingling feeling is just sensing. And what is the sensing? Other than knowing of the sensing, is there anything besides the knowing of the sensing? There is just the knowing of the sensing.